Stephanie Jones went to Blake Lively and said, hey, do you want all these text messages and emails that you can use against Justin Baldoni? So she is the person who leaked all the private text messages and emails to Blake Lively.
Blake Lively has officially sunk to rock bottom, reportedly paying off a disgraced publicist so shady that even Justin Baldoni had to cut ties. At this point, Hollywood's trust in her is evaporating fast.
As previously reported, a lot in Hollywood are afraid of.
Clinging to what's left of her fading career, Blake allegedly pleaded for inside dirt on Justin's team, hoping to twist the story and spin the headlines in her favor.
Most of you are justifiably and rightfully angry at Blake Lively. There's another character in this It Ends With Us drama that deserves a lot more attention, and that's Justin Baldoni's former publicist, Stephanie Jones.
The entire mess plays out like a primetime soap: betrayal, stolen phones, damning leaks, and lawsuits flying like confetti at a drag race finale. Justin Baldoni, once her co-star, is now suing his former publicist, Stephanie Jones, accusing her of leaking sensitive information that just so happened to fall into Blake's PR machine.
Now Justin, thankfully, along with Jennifer Abel, are suing his former publicist, Stephanie Jones, alleging that she maliciously leaked texts that sparked the legal battle with Blake Lively.
Suspicious? Oh, of course not. Just another coincidence in Blake's endless cycle of playing the victim while racking up losses like their limited edition sneakers. Enter Stephanie Jones, the face behind the chaos, head of Jones Works. And a walking HR nightmare disguised in designer labels. Once upon a time, she represented Justin Baldoni, Wayfair, and other major names.
And Friedman's comment on this: it's undeniable that Stephanie Jones initiated this catastrophic sequence of events by violating the most basic of privacy rights, as well as any remaining trust her clients held.
And let's be clear, she had power. The kind of real industry power that makes people untouchable. But when someone like that starts losing control, they don't bow out gracefully, they go full Bond villain. That's exactly what happened. When her employees, Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan, decided to branch out. Instead of wishing them luck, Jones went nuclear.
Yeah, Stephanie Jones is fired by Wayfair. She's there defending Justin against Blake in the early days of the PR battle, the retaliation campaign.
This wasn't even subtle revenge. She lured Jennifer Abel into what was pitched as a legal meeting. But instead of a conference room with coffee and fake smiles, Abel walked straight into an ambush, guarded by a security officer, a lawyer, and a data extraction specialist.
And this is her revenge, which has hurt so many people.
Tell me that's not straight out of a Marvel plotline. Stephanie acted like she was guarding the Pentagon's launch codes when really, she was just bitter that two ex-employees had the audacity to dream bigger. The pettiness levels? Astronomical.
Suddenly, Stephanie Jones switches teams and gets this phone from Jennifer Abel, which we're going to go through more of the specifics that are alleged in here, and then immediately gives it over to Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan.
And what exactly did Stephanie allegedly score from that little setup? Jennifer Abel's personal phone. Not a company-issued device, not a shared work account, her actual phone. That means bank details, private texts, iCloud files, photos. Basically her entire life, yanked away like edges in a windstorm. And then, in true PR supervillain fashion, Stephanie supposedly funneled it all straight to Blake Lively's fixer, Leslie Sloan.
How messed up Stephanie Jones is! It's crazy!
Just another Tuesday in Hollywood: steal a phone, leak the contents, and hand them over to a fading starlet gasping for a PR lifeline.
No stranger to stirring up crisis scenarios for departing clients, Miss Jones maliciously turned over communications from the phone she wrongfully took from her own partner to her cohort, Lively's personal publicist, Leslie Sloan.
Which brings us right back to Blake. And oh, she's playing her part beautifully, if beautifully means crashing and burning while still pretending she's untouchable. Case in point? That December 2024 New York Times piece, The One. That threw Justin Baldoni, Jennifer Abel, and Melissa Nathan under the bus with all the grace of a toddler behind the wheel of a monster truck.
After she had confiscated the laptop and the phone of her employee, Jennifer Abel.
That New York Times piece?
Yeah,
The evidence it leaned on was allegedly ripped straight from Abel's stolen phone, texts, emails, private photos, the kind of receipts no one in their right mind should touch without a lawyer in the room.
But the way that Stephanie Jones got hold of all this information from Jennifer Abel is what really is jaw-dropping.
But guess who apparently didn't care about legal clearance? Blake's team. Because of course. Wild how the same woman who posts cookie-cutter mom quotes on Instagram is perfectly fine weaponizing evidence snatched in the shadiest way possible. Like, really? Out here selling feminism and empowerment while cutting backroom deals with a publicist who literally seized someone's phone by force. But hey, let's keep pretending your brand is girl power.
She was told that she would get it back, but then Stephanie Jones decided not to give it back to her. So she never received her phone back. And instead, Stephanie Jones went to Blake Lively and said, hey, do you want all these text messages and emails?
And just when you think this circus couldn't get more embarrassing, let's talk about the emoji. Yes, an actual emoji is part of this lawsuit. There was a text between Abel and Nathan joking about Blake's mess, complete with a sarcastic upside-down smiley. Universal sign of I'm joking.
You look at Stephanie Jones's Instagram, which is now made private for obvious reasons. In her profile, she says, fluent in sarcasm.
But shocker, that emoji mysteriously disappeared by the time Blake's camp fed the text to the press. So either the New York Times deleted it, or Blake's people deleted it, or Stephanie Jones, who literally bragged in her Instagram bio about being fluent in sarcasm, cropped it out herself. Imagine calling yourself fluent in sarcasm and still serving up a sarcastic emoji as evidence. That's either A+ gaslighting or Olympic-level stupidity.
Stephanie Jones being annoyed with employees leaving her company. And that's why she leaked those text messages to Blake Lively's team.
And let's not kid ourselves, there's no world where Blake thought this was legit. You don't just get handed someone's private phone dump and go, oh, totally normal, nothing shady here. Even if her brain checked out that day, which, let's be honest, feels like a pattern, her team should have seen the red flags. Instead, they ran with it, spun it, weaponized it, and then had the nerve to act shocked when people started connecting the dots.
Instead, Stephanie Jones went to Blake Lively and said, hey, do you want all these text messages and emails that you can use against Justin Baldoni and Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel?
Blake needs to stop cosplaying as an innocent bystander when she's the one who lit the match. Her team allegedly used illegally obtained texts to distract from the disaster that is It Ends With Us, bad casting, worse trailers, and that tragic wig. Instead of owning the flop, she reportedly greenlit a revenge scheme that backfired faster than her bathtub acting. And now she and Ryan are mysteriously skipping the 2025 Met Gala. Sure, Blake. Definitely just a coincidence.
So clear, Blake's case is falling apart. She's destroying her cred. Ryan Reynolds.
Let's be real. She didn't stumble into this scandal, she cannonballed in, Chanel first, thinking she'd come out sparkling. Instead, she torched her own image and handed us front row seats to her implosion. And the irony? Blake Lively, at 36, cast herself as a 20-something abused flower shop girl. The only thing more delusional than that casting choice was thinking she could erase backlash with stolen phone data. It's like watching someone set their house on fire and then try to put it out with gasoline and an NDA.
According to the lawsuit, Stephanie Jones violated California labor laws by confiscating the phone and not giving it back to her.
Blake's industry image is collapsing faster than a Netflix rom-com. Even the Hollywood insiders who once worshipped her every red carpet strut are over it. She's officially entered the her again stage of celebrity life, where every headline feels exhausting. The word on the street? Fake, manipulative, and about as out of touch as a flip phone in 2025. And when the fashion crowd that once praised you for wearing pantsuits starts rolling their eyes, you know the fall from grace is real.
She did. That was her personal.
But while Blake keeps cosplaying the world's least convincing damsel, let's shift to the actual victims here, Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan. These weren't celebrities with multi-million-dollar safety nets. They were professionals trying to escape a toxic boss and start fresh, only to get steamrolled by a PR vendetta.
She's planning revenge on Jennifer Abel and Melissa Nathan.
Jennifer Abel's story is brutal. She went from being a rising industry player to having her private life ripped apart by Stephanie Jones's ego trip. It wasn't just a lost job, it was her entire digital identity. Bank accounts, iCloud, insurance info, her personal data, gone.
Jones was really upset because she didn't want Jennifer Abel to take any of her clients with her.
Imagine your whole life tied to a phone number you no longer control, all because your employer threw a tantrum. Then imagine that stolen data being twisted into a smear campaign so convincing that strangers start sending you death threats. That's Jennifer's reality, while Blake Lively, the alleged beneficiary of all this, smirks on Instagram like she's filming a Dove ad.
Private information leaked and her email inbox and social media pages filled with a daily stream of death threats and
Melissa Nathan didn't fare any better. She's been dragged through the mud thanks to texts yanked out of context, because nothing screams, "We support women," like framing two hardworking professionals as traitors just to make Blake's crumbling brand look slightly less tragic. Blake's camp weaponized their words, stripped of sarcasm and humanity, to paint them as villains, when in reality, they're the ones who've been sabotaged, violated, and humiliated by people with far more power.
The Me Too victim there. That's absurd. She seems like kind of a jerk. Wow, she's like kind of a bully. She's rather mean. This guy who had, comparatively very little power was forced now to come out and tell the truth about Blake Lively.
And let's not forget the legal fallout. Stephanie Jones is facing accusations of violating California labor laws. That's not a PR misstep, that's courtroom-level heat. Her alleged two-factor manipulation scheme, refusing to release Abel's number and effectively locking her out of her entire digital identity, isn't just shady. It's tech abuse on steroids. This isn't some petty celebrity spat. These women had their lives hijacked, not just their resumes.